Hey, Shalom. Salaki. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth, who have been enduring for decades now. All right? And they rule well. All right? Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out here pushing this truth to the end and have been enduring for some time now. The water for teaching us and having faith and giving us younger brothers faith as well. All right? Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? So shalom and peace and safety to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity. All right? If you watch this now, you're a so-called black Native American or Latino man or woman. You're a Hebrew Israelite according to the scriptures of the Holy Bible. All right? Who you call God, his name is Yahweh, which means he is. All right? And who you call Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai, which means he is the deliverer because he's coming to save us. All right? You're gonna watch this video here. All right? That mainly, starting with the apostles on down of Great Millstone have been telling you about for over 30 years now. All right? And these prophecies are coming to play, all right now. And in this video, you're going to watch these two guys here. Of course, this is Joe Rogan. Everybody knows who he is. He has a guy with him. And the guy is, I don't know if he's an economist or, what he is, but he specializes in, this different data and stuff that comes out about the economy. Salakia. And basically, when you're watching the video, you're gonna see everything that the prophets have been telling you about for some time. It's gonna be, it's all gonna be brought out. This man is gonna be telling you about the the global economic crash. That the apostles and elders have been speaking about, have been warning you people about. He's gonna be telling you how the government and the media, it's all set up to lie to you. All right, to keep you dumbfounded, to keep you, behind closed doors, man. So you never know what's really going on. All right. So, first I'm gonna get a scripture real quick before, Salakia. Before we start. Scripture is, I'm gonna go to Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18, and it says, the pride goeth before destruction, and haughty spirit before a fall. Okay, because you so-called white people are proud. Okay, Americans are proud, and you trust in this government, and you talk a lot of shit, on the comment boards. You come up and there's videos. You got people posting on Facebook in different places, talking about how the President Trump has made the economy better. All right, but this man is gonna bring it out about how it's all bullshit and it's all lies, and the collapse is coming. All right, just the other day, the Dow Jones dropped almost 1,000 points. So you gotta stop being proud out there, man. Really, you so-called black Native Americans, Latino men and women, you got to stop being proud, because the so-called white man, that's just in his spirit to be proud. We don't want him to stop being proud because he will be humbled very shortly. When his economy collapse, he's going to have no choice but to humble himself, but they're going to be bugging out at that point, There's going to be race riots and all types of things going on. But I'm going to play the video now. All right, and you're going to see everything the apostles and elders have been bringing out is coming to fruition. And this man is bringing it out right now. All right.
And so, Trump won. But unfortunately, now Trump is part of the establishment. And now all of a sudden, the fake economic numbers are legit. Now, every time there's an unemployment number out, he tweets about how it's the lowest it's ever been. So I think that when we get this next recession, which is going to happen while Trump is president during this first term, which I think will be the only term. But when all the people,
why do you think those two things?
Well, because I think the economy is going to fall into a severe recession.
What makes you say that?
Well,
who's been so he says severe recession, all right? It's a severe recession. All right, this is worse, going to be worse than the recession I had in 2008. All right, it's going to be like nothing that's ever been seen before, and all hell's going to break loose out here. All right, for a long time, it's been my spirit heavy and I've been thinking, I've been perceiving that, something was going to happen to Trump to get him taken out of office. All right, don't know what it is. It could be impeachment or it could be something else. I don't know. But I've always had that feeling like he was going to be taken out of office and they were going to, put somebody else in that seat who can kick off this new world order. It might happen before or after the collapse, but I'm not sure. And I'm not even sure it's going to happen. I'm just, speaking about it. It's not proven. I can't get any scriptures on that, but he's in a position of, he's supposed to be, pro guns and stuff like that, pro rights, they want to get a Democrat, they want Democratic power so that these people, because the Democrats are heavy on wanting guns to be taken away from you and, your rights being stripped away from you, basically. They're heavy on, homosexuality and these different things. So I feel like those are the people who want to kick off the New World Order. But, that's not going to be proven through the scriptures. That's something I'm just saying. So we'll keep watching the video. He's bringing all this out about how they lied to you. All right. So I'll get my next scripture. All right. Hey. Salakia, hold on. It's okay, mommy. All right. Salakia. All right. Like I said, this is something I'm just saying. I'm not gonna prove that right now. Trump is
we're overdue, right?
Into World War III. So that's prophecy. All right, that's prophecy. Or World War III, and we're already in the midst of World War III. Let me get this scripture real quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Okay, so when these people, they lie, man. When these people tell you that the economy is doing better than ever, they said the same thing in 2008, and then what happened? Boom, we had an economic collapse, or we got into a recession. Oh, the whole housing infrastructure fell through, and people were losing their houses left and right, and motherfuckers was out there killing themselves and committing suicide and shit. People was killing their family members. It was getting crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? But the times we coming in, when this collapse happens, it's gonna be way worse. Nothing you ever seen before. All right, that's gonna kick off the New World Order, because what they want to do is implement order out of chaos. All right. So keep playing this video.
I mean, you don't normally have an expansion that lasts as long as this one. I think we're the second longest in history, and if we go for another year, it'll be the longest expansion in history.
2008 is when it started to turn around.
2009.
2009.
Kind of the end of 2009.
So we're 9 years in now.
Yeah, exactly.
And what is a usual expansion and compression?
I don't know, 5-6 years.
So
this one is long, but also this one required more government stimulus than any other recovery. And I don't think we actually recovered. I think the government simply, injected a bunch of cheap money into the economy and exacerbated the real problems, but, reflated the bubbles in the stock market.
Hold on. That was done on purpose. That was planned. That wasn't just something they just, let's just try this and see if it's going to help out. That was planned. The federal government is set up to give you fake money that has no value to it, and it's nothing but debt. The debt accumulates, and it turns into a big bubble. When that bubble pops, trouble comes. All right? That is set up. That was systematically and placed. Okay? They've been doing it. These people, the so-called white man is the devil, man. Job 9:24 says, "The earth is given into the hands of the wicked." All right? This Bible lives. This Bible breathes, man. This Bible is all about prophecy, man. It's all about telling you what's to happen before it happens. Okay? And the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? So who else is that speaking about? It says he covers the faces of the judges thereof. All right? Who else is that talking about? The so-called white man put up the fake Jesus. All right? Who you call Jesus Christ is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. The real Jews are so-called black people. All right? And you Israelites are so-called black, Native American, and Latino men and women. That's the royal bloodline. All right? So, that pride, man. You know, that pride. Oh, the economy's doing better than ever. You're just happy that so-called white man's in office, because when that nigga Obama was in office, you people are losing your fucking minds, and he's not a so-called he's not an Israelite, all right? He's a so-called African. If you're watching this and you believe that you're an African, look up who Scipio Africanus is, all right? The man who conquered Africa. You're not of his lineage. You're not an African. On top of that, those people who you perceive to be Africans, they're Hamites according to the scriptures, okay? And Ham is not our people, all right? Ham is not our people. They sold us into slavery, okay?
And the housing market. But, everybody talks about how the economy is doing so great, but it's really not much better than it was under Obama, if it's any better at all. GDP growth for Trump's first year in office last year was 2.3%. I mean, nothing great. First quarter was 2%. This quarter might be better than 3%, maybe not. But, I think it's going to be, the second quarter will probably be the best quarter of the year. Maybe we're probably going to go downhill. But, last year was, I think, the weakest year of job growth since 2011. So people want to talk about how great everything is, but it's more a function of people are hoping things are going to turn around. There's a lot of optimism now that things are going to get better. But I think that the people who are so optimistic, a lot of them are going to be disappointed, because we're going to end up with is a weaker economy. The only thing that's really strengthening is inflation. Inflation is going to pick up, so the cost of living is really going to be rising as the economy is falling into recession. So we get stagflation, which
look, interest rates are going to raise. It's going to be harder to live out here. Okay, the inflation is coming, and this is at a time where they're talking about unemployment being at an all-time low. Nobody has any good jobs out here. Okay, the majority of the population does not have a good job. The majority of the population are tired of working, busting their ass, and cannot pay rent, and cannot pay their car notes, and cannot pay for basic necessities. When this inflation happens and this economy collapses, you have the majority of the people who are going to be out in the streets, like the movie The Purge. All right, you're going to have the majority of the people being out in the streets, looting, killing, raping, eating other people. All these different things are going to be happening, like in the movie Bushwick. All right. These things are coming to the so-called white man, and you know what? These things are coming to all Americans, all right? This whole country is coming to 2/3 of Israel, all right? 2/3 of our people are going to die, all right? And if it's not of the famine and the rioting and the raping and the different murdering that's going to be going to happen, it's going to be those nuclear missiles, because World War III is here, and Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, all these different countries are going to shoot missiles over here, and this place is going to be riddled with over 200 million missiles. Okay, so if you're watching this now, the only way you're going to get out of that is coming into this truth, watching these videos that GMS is posting up, watching these videos that Apostle Tahar on down were all posting up, giving you the warnings, because we are the hopeful elect. We're praying and hoping that we be a part of the number that we have been sent out to warn you of the things that are coming. Okay, so you need to take heed. Okay,
this is probably the worst possible economic scenario, and I think that the left and even the Fed is going to be able to blame it on Trump, because Trump has come in and claimed credit for this great economy that he believes we have, and he's claimed credit for the records in the stock market, but he's basically put his name on a bubble. And when it pops, it's going to be hard for him to try to blame the next recession on Obama when he's already said, hey, this is my economy, I created it. And so people are going to be disappointed, and they're going to vote, I think, for another person whose promises change. And unfortunately, that's going to come.
Okay, so that's what I was getting at. They said they're going to vote in someone. Really, this whole voting system is bullshit. It's all planned, all right? It's all planned by the Illuminati. They plan who gets in office. They plan who gets in these different top positions, okay? So it's going to be planned. If that man is removed, they're going to put in somebody else who's going to kick off their agenda, okay? The New World Order, all right? There's plenty of videos on the New World Order. Just YouTube it. Look it up, okay? Do your research. Study to show thyself approved, so you can rightly divide the word of truth, all right? Nobody ever wants to study into these things. Here we are. We have the internet, right? The information era, and you people do not, you're blind, and you do not read. You do not study. All you do is believe the media, believe in your government, all right, and listen to whatever bullshit that they tell you and believe in that and say, okay, everything's fine, okay? But when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction will follow, all right? And all you do is play video games and watch twerking videos and basketball stats. You guys know all about all this shit, but you don't even know what's going on day to day. You don't know that the Dow Jones crashed. Fell at a significant rate. You don't know that they're lying to you. You don't know that 9/11 was an inside job. Yet there's plenty of videos and information out there that proves that 9/11 was an inside job. But yet you don't heed to that. What do? You say, oh, that's bullshit. That's a conspiracy. It's because you're blind. You don't want to wake up. Just watch. Just type in predictive programming. All right, about 9/11. All right, type in just information coming out about 9/11. All right, you can't call it a conspiracy when you have people who know what the fuck they're talking about, bringing out information, scientific information about how certain a plane couldn't crash into a building and let it collapse like that way. People saying, yo, that's a demolition. That happened through bombs. All right. These different experts who are they're coming together and they're putting all the knowledge and they're just giving it to you. You people, you want to be so patriotic and say that God bless America when America is destroying you. All right. But I've been said, like, I feel that they're gonna, because you have talks of impeachment, you have all these talks of them trying to get this man out of here. I just feel like he's gonna be taken out some way, somehow, and they're gonna put somebody else in there, and they're gonna kick off the New World Order. But I could be wrong. I'm not. That's not the truth. I'm not. There's no scriptures to back that up. I'm just putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? So
from the left.
So you think this is going to happen within the next 3 years?
Well, yeah. I mean,
what is the bubble? Like, what do you think is going to cause it to crash? Commercial real estate? Is it credit? What is it?
Well, I mean, commercial real estate is expensive. I mean, it's in the bubble, but that's not going to cause it. I mean, air is going to come out of the bubble. I think we would already be in a pretty severe recession now had it not been for Trump winning. Had Hillary won, I think we would already be there. But I think
what makes you say that?
Well, we got a lot of false optimism as a result of Trump. And we did get the tax cuts. And the tax cuts, just like, any kind of artificial drug, you can inject yourself and get a little bit of a phony high. Because remember, the tax cuts were paid for with debt. We didn't shrink government. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you Trump supporters, you so-called white people, that's where your pride lies at in tax cuts. Oh, he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He cut the taxes. You see, we're winning, make America great. He cut taxes, and that's all you have is the tax cuts. And you say unemployment, but we all know that's bullshit. The numbers are all misconstrued. And the tax cuts, this man is breaking it down what those tax cuts are from.
If you make government smaller, that's great. Then you can cut taxes because now government doesn't need as much money, and you can relieve the taxpayer of the burden of paying for it, and that's great. But if you just cut taxes, but you don't cut government spending, and of course what the Trump administration did was even worse. They increased government spending. We increased welfare spending. We increased warfare spending, and so
exactly you increased all these spendings. And what would have happened is if you would have got rid of a lot of these different programs like welfare, you so-called white people are spending up all the welfare money, and you try to blame Jacob, which you so-called blacks, Native American, and Latino men and women. You try to blame Israel for the welfare, that big ass bubble, man. Yeah, you so-called people are proud. Anything to persecute your so-called brother and sisters. They call us welfare babies and shit. So-called white people have a lot of nerve. Okay, but hey, this is another scripture. It says, Proverbs 8:13, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil. All right, so you hate evil. All right, and what is evil? It says, pride and arrogancy and the evil way and the forward mouth do I hate. Okay. And that's you people. Your mouth is forward, man. You're very proudful. Scriptures, the Holy Bible says it hates you. You people who are proud in your economy and your tax cuts. And all you people are going to be destroyed, man. Says the Holy Bible.
Spending is more, but they reduced their tax revenue. So the deficits are just exploding out of control. And those deficits are going to do more damage to the economy than the tax cuts were a benefit, except you get the benefit first, maybe for the first year, and then you start to deal with the pain after that. And so...
And 2 Corinthians 2:11 says, hold on, Slakia. Let me get that again. Yeah, that's beautiful. That falls in line perfectly here, man. It says, 2 Corinthians 2:11 says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Satan has gotten an advantage on you people, man. That's funny, man. For we are not ignorant of his devices. These are the devices of Satan. They're telling you, oh, things are better. But guess what? You're going to be paying for it in the long run.
I think that's going to set in, long before the end of Trump's term.
So you think that this is what is causing the economy to be in a really, at least to look like it's in a really healthy state right now?
Well, some of the numbers, right? Some of the numbers look better. But beneath the surface, again, it's not improving, just like it wasn't improving under Obama. That's what laid the foundation for Trump's victory, was because Obama and everybody kept talking about how great the recovery was. But the average voter knew that was all a bunch of nonsense because he wasn't living in that reality.
Right. So if you were the financial advisor to the president, what would you tell him? How would you laugh at that? What would you do to try to keep the economy moving in the same direction? Is it possible to ward off any kind of a crash right now?
We don't want to keep it moving in the same direction. I mean, it's in the same direction it was going in before Trump came in, and that's towards the edge of a cliff. I mean, so what we need is an about face. And Trump is not doing that. I mean,
and about face, so like for the people that are listening to this that don't understand, like they're saying, okay, the economy's supposed to be doing well. Black unemployment's the lowest it's ever been. Unemployment is down. All these jobs have been created.
Yeah, well, remember, again, the unemployment rate is mainly down because so many people that are unemployed are no longer counted as part of the statistics. So, that's if you look at the labor force participation rate, near a record low. I mean, certainly for men, it's the lowest it's been in the history of the republic. But look at the workers to population. So fewer and fewer people are actually working, and more of the people who aren't working are not included in the unemployment statistics. So if you backed all those people in, right, able-bodied people who don't have jobs but should be working, then the unemployment rate is much, much higher. So that doesn't really paint a good picture. And then, you look at the fact that so many Americans are unqualified, right? There's a lot of jobs out there that go unfilled because American workers aren't qualified to fill those positions because, we take a lot of our kids and we keep them in high school until they're 18, 19 years old. Many of these kids should drop out of high school and learn a trade. I mean, a lot of people...
That was a good point that he made, because a long time ago, before, you had these people pushing school so heavy, why do you think they push education so heavy? The education system is bullshit. It's to keep you all down, because you're supposed to be learning trades. As men, you should be learning how to work with your hands. As men, you should be learning how to keep the community afoot, And women, are supposed to be at home taking care of the kids. You can still do things. Women can still do things with all this so-called independence, man. You know what I'm saying? So-called white man has made it so that you get rid of the men. All right, you put them in schools and shit. Bullshit education, and they don't learn any trades. They don't learn how to build houses. They don't know how to fix cars and these types of things. And now you have a generation with a bunch of pieces of paper that are worthless, like degrees and stuff like that, and they're not getting no jobs. But they accumulate all this debt, okay? And that just makes the bubble grow even bigger.
They don't have the aptitude for, academics. There's no point in just being in high school. A lot of times they're glorified daycare centers, but they should be out learning trades. And of course, we make it harder for employers to train people on the job with occupational licensing laws and minimum wage laws. So we destroy a lot of the opportunities for younger kids to get skills. And then the ones that we send to college, they waste their time, majoring in liberal arts. So they spend 4, 5, 6 years in college learning nothing of any real value in the market. They accumulate a massive amount of debt in the process. And so, we have a labor force that's highly educated in that they've got a bunch of degrees, Maybe they didn't learn anything, but they got a piece of paper. But then what they have is a lot of debt. And so we don't have a lot of people qualified to do a lot of the things that need to be done.
Right.
So what would you tell the president
Hey, basically, you know, what he's saying is that you so-called white people have fucked up the world, okay? Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. This stuff was planned, okay? That's why you so-called white people are suicidal. That's why you so-called white people are depressed, and there's so much suicide going on in this world, okay? It's the system that they have, because the elites don't care about you, all right? The Illuminati don't care about you, just like they don't care about us. You're all slaves to them. We're all slaves. Keep slaving, all right, while we keep making money. You have that thing, the rich get rich and the poor gets poorer. It's not because poor people, well, it is because poor people, you know, a lot of times they get lazy, but the majority of the population is poor, all right? They're the so-called middle class, which is poor, okay, because the dollar is worthless, okay? So, you know, they're working for all this money, and they're getting all this money, and really inflation happens, the interest rates go up, and they can't even afford the day-to-day things that they do. All right, everybody pretty much works. You know what I'm saying? The majority of the population in this country, they work. Okay, and these people, they can't afford to live. All right, the system that you have put in place it doesn't work. All right, but guess what? That was planned. And you people believe in this society. You people believe in this so-called white man. You people believe in education. You believe in your government when they're setting you up for failure. Okay, so with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakwah Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect who rule well. And Salakia, I'm going to get one more scripture, and then we're going to close it up after that. All right, this is Revelations 13:16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. The RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. Do not accept that, okay? Because after this economy collapses, they will implement that. And you will not be saved if you're a so-called Black, Native American, or Latino man or woman. All right? So, with that, Shalom.